Hello friends, I am Jayant Ingale and you are watching my YouTube channel JP English Academy by Jayant Ingale. Friends, today we are going to learn the new topic An Astrologer's Day. We are going to see short summary of An Astrologer's Day. Friends, this lesson is written by famous writer R.K. Narayan. He is famous for his great work Malgudi Days. He has written number of popular books. He is one of the famous Indian English writers. He has written many popular books. He received the prestigious Sahitya Akademi Award in 1961. Now, we are going to learn the present story An Astrologer's Day. The present story is about an astrologer. What is astrologer? Astrologer is a person who tells the future. He used to earn through his astrology. The story is an interesting and entertaining. The story deals with how he becomes astrologer, what is the reason to become astrologer. All these things have been described in the story. Now we are going to learn the actual meaning of the lesson. In the first passage, description of astrologer is given. The story opens with an afternoon where astrologer prepared for his occupation in the market. His get-up was impressive to attract the people. He wore saffron turban, then he smeared sacred ash. He drew red-colored design on his forehead. People used to come to him and got satisfied with his astrology. In the second passage, the description of the market town hall park is given. Town hall park is a crowded place where the people used to up and down regularly. There were number of shops like medicine sellers, sellers of stolen hardware and junk, magician, auctioneer of cheap clothes, etc. Astrologer sat near vendor of fried groundnut. Friends, astrologer sat beside vendor of groundnut because he could not make his business in darkness, so he took advantage of the light of groundnuts seller. Now, the next passage, story to become an astrologer. How he had become an astrologer. That had a story. Actually, he left his village without knowing to anyone. Without disclosing his going away from his village, he came to a new place which was distant from his own village. He started his business of astrology there. Actually, he did not have the knowledge of astrology. He learned the human troubles, human difficulties, human sadness, problems, and on the basis of guessworks, he started his business of astrology. When he used to tell the astrology to the people, his some statements or sentences were fixed, and these statements or sentences were believed by the people. So they used to come to him and looked their astrology. Now, the groundnut seller started to bundle up his equipments as the day had ended. The darkness spread out everywhere. He blew out the flare light. It was a sign for astrologer. You also bundle up your equipments. As astrologer was about to bundle up the in a detailed way, a man came there. Unknown man came there. An unknown man came with anxious face. Astrologer invited him as a customer. Astrologer asked him about his problems, difficulties. He told the man to sit down. Man sat. Man challenged him about his astrology. Astrologer was also incited with man's words. Man said, I would like to look my astrology. If your astrology is false or wrong, you have to return my money with interest. After much bargaining between them, they decided a pact of money, and then astrologer started to tell his astrology. Now next, astrologers fear and living to the challenge. After much of bargaining, astrologer began to tell his astrology. He prayed to heaven. Man light his chirut. Chirut means what? Cigarette type thing. In the light of cherut or matchstick, astrologer had clearly seen that man. As he saw that man, he returned his money, saying, I don't want to accept your challenge. Then man insisted him to tell his astrology. It was a challenge. Man said him that he could not leave that challenge. Astrologer tried to avoid him. Then the man said that the astrologer should answer his one question, then he would leave him. Man asked him whether he would be successful in his search, whatever he wanted to search in his life. And finally, astrologer accepted his words and demanded extra fees. Man accepted his demand. Astrologer spoke few words. He started to tell his astrology that someone had left him to die. Someone passed a knife on you, astrologer said to man. The man showed scar of old injury on his chest. Man surprised by astrologer's words. Then astrologer said, you were left for dead pushed into a well nearby field. Man again surprised and said, yes, he is right. Some passerby saved him. Man impressed with astrologer's words. Now man asked whether he would get that man who tried to kill him. Astrologer replied, that man died. He crushed under a lorry. Man satisfied with his answer, astrologer spoke him with his name, Guru Naik. Actually, man's name was Guru Naik and astrologer directly called him Guru Naik. Man again surprised that astrologer knew his name and now he began to believe astrologer. Astrologer advised him not to leave his home and not to travel southwards. There is danger for his life. Astrologer took ash and told him to rub to his forehead. Actually, that man was searching to the man who tried to kill him. Astrologer advised him not to leave home. You have danger to your life. Man satisfied with astrologer's words and he handed over the money to him. After that, astrologer left the market and he reached home in the midnight. His wife was waiting for him. His wife asked about late coming. Astrologer gave money or coins to his wife and said to count them. These were 12.5 annas. She overjoyed and she said she would make sweet for child. After dinner, when astrologer sat on Peol, astrologer said, the Lord has gone from his mind because he thought he would have been killed, but he is alive. Astrologer's wife gasped and said that whether he killed him. Astrologer replied, when he was young, they both drank, gambled, and quarreled badly, and said, just leave that matter. And astrologer slept on Peol. He cut down his story. He did not tell the full story to his wife, and he slept on Peol. Friends, it means astrologer was a man who tried to kill Guru Naik. That man who came to him to see his astrology. Astrologer ran away from his village and started business of astrology. After a long period, he met coincidentally to Guru Nanak. That's why he could tell the information, all information of that man. The man might be supposed that the astrologer is a divine, but it was not like that. It has a history. In this way, this interesting story ends here. Friends, subscribe my channel JP English Academy by Professor Jayant Ingale and give your valuable comments in the comment box and like, share and comment to my each video. Thank you.